house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a goal builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass to your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black on firm, but we ain't all black.
Oh my God. Come on in, my friends. What's up, everybody? It's the Grow Your Money podcast, where we talk about how to grow your money and not blow your money. Because if you blow your money, it ain't a damn thing funny, y'all. Listen, I always try to have topics that I think that we as a community really need to discuss. And this one is one of them things that really needs to be discussed. Because while you out there wilding out and putting your mouth on things that you don't know what's happening, other things can happen. And so I want to make sure that you understand what it is that you're getting yourself into. And we have to be more proactive about what we expose our mouths to. So I have Dr. Jones is going to be on here in a minute. And so we're going to talk about this throat cancer, herpes, HPV, oral cancer, because what happened was I saw online that HPV oral cancer is on the rise. Did you guys know that HPV oral cancer is on the rise? You know what HPV is? HPV is, it's not an ST. Well, I'll let Dr. Jones tell you what HPV is, and then now we're seeing it inside people's mouths, and it's on the rise. Whatchamacallit had throat cancer, which came from, what was that celebrity? Who was that celebrity? Michael. Forget his name, but he had throat cancer as a result of oral copulation. So there, it's something that's common, and some people that are actually, they're really dying from it. It looks to be painful. We're going to show you some pictures of what this looks like in a minute. But before we get started, I always love to welcome the people here. You are live in the Grow Your Money podcast. And if this is your first time being here, I want you to put in the comments, this is my first time. If this is your first time, and we want to know where you're watching from, because we know that we have people that watch from all over the world. So where are you watching from? Because we want to know, and we want to shout you out. And oh, by the way, go tell everybody that you know that we is live. So please, do that for me. Tell everybody, make sure that you put in the comments where you're watching from. This is a dialogue and not a monologue. What does that mean? It means we want you to talk back to us and talk black to us. Dr. Jones is here to answer your questions. So if you have questions on any health related issue, Dr. Jones can answer those questions. I want to just shout out all the people who are watching. I see in COG, that is in NYC. I see Urban Alien in Detroit. Good afternoon, kings and queens. That's right, Urban Alien. Have one woman. Have one woman and make sure she don't got HPV. But that's what happens. We live in a very promiscuous society, and these are results of living in a promiscuous society. And oh, by the way, listen, you guys, yesterday I was on live. I went live last night. So let me tell you real quick before I bring Dr. Jones on. So yesterday I was on my way to a doctor's appointment. I had to go. I'm almost 50, and I did not have my 45-year colonoscopy. So I had an appointment yesterday to go and have a consultation for that. And my son calls me and he's like, "Mom, I need to discuss something with you." Me and my friend. I'm like, "You and your friend? What the hell?" He said, "What time will you be home?" And so I was like, immediately, right? So I go to the doctor. They didn't have my stuff. So I was like, "Let's reschedule. I got to get home to my son." So I go home. And his son, him and his friend are like, my son is very, very quiet. He don't talk, y'all. And I mentioned it to the people who watch me a lot, but my son, he does not talk. He is just the type that he don't say a whole lot. I'm close with all four of my kids. I got 4 babies, close with all 4 of them, but my youngest son don't do a whole lot of talking. So I found out, my daughter told me that he's like a whole motivational speaker. Like he has a whole TikTok page where he's doing motivation. And I didn't even know that. So I was like, what? So he came out and told me that him and his friend are both motivational speakers, and I had him live last night. So now that I have permission to share it, I want to share it with you real quick. This is my baby, and I want you to go follow him.
Stop stressing. Like, what is it to gain stressing over something that you can't control? Life is going to go the way it's meant to go, no matter how much you stress. Just trust the process. Trust that God got you. And if you believe that, then there's nothing to worry about. Because when you stress over something so much, you start to lose yourself. If something's not happening when you think it's going to happen, then it's going to be okay. Because guess what? It's on God's timing, not yours. He's going to know when and if it's meant for you or not. Stop stressing, gang.
This boy don't talk, y'all. This is, you don't understand the magnitude of this. My son doesn't talk. He grunts. He mumbles. All my other kids, they talk to me. He doesn't talk. So imagine my surprise when I seen he had a whole TikTok page of him just doing motivation, just motivating people and telling people about who he is and all these things. So now he let me know, his friend kind of pressured him to let me know that, he's like, he has his page and he's doing this thing. He's been getting these views. He's doing well on TikTok. He's doing well on YouTube, better on YouTube, but he's also on TikTok. So if you can, please look at him, right? Look at his on TikTok.
Stop stressing. Like, what is it again? Stressing over.
It's Talk Dat Shimil. His name is Camille. Talk. So go follow my son, please go follow him. And he has a buddy named Nate who also, and this boy is incredible. So both of these kids, instead of them being YNs, they YKs, they're young kings, and they're out there spreading the good word. And they are surrounded by so much negativity. They go to this public school where there's a lot. The other day, they just busted somebody for bringing a gun that was trying to stick up somebody for a goose down jacket. So these kids are bad. I don't say they're bad, but it's a lot of negativity with these young Black kids. And so to see my son and his friend and him attracting this guy who is, who's very, very positive, and they just want to change the world with their positivity. It just, oh my God, it does so much for me. So I'm just like, who are you? What have you done with my son? And he even told me, and when I seen this, I thought to myself, every decision that I made with moving and all the things, every time I doubted myself, this right here it showed me that every decision that I made was the right decision. And so I'm just really happy with that. And he also said yesterday, if I would still been in California, I wouldn't have, this wouldn't have happened. So he also confirmed with me that moving was the right decision and where we are was the right decision. And my other boys always tell me how happy they are. So, but it was rough. The transition was rough. And so here we are, we're just living and we're just doing our thing. And I'm just so proud of these kids. So I am just over the moon. So make sure you follow my boy, Talk Dat SHI. It's at Talk Dat SHIMIL. I think that's what it is. Talk Dat. Shh. You better not say no shit. I don't play that. You ain't cussing. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about this HPV cancer. Oh my God. I think this is something that our community doesn't talk about enough. Now, I know this topic is probably uncomfortable for a lot of people, but what's happening is a lot of people aren't talking about it. And so we're being silent about it, and it's costing people their health and sometimes their lives. One of the things I hope you understand, that HPV is one of the most common infections in the world, yet so many of us don't know how it even spreads. They don't know what the symptoms look like. They don't know how it can develop into cancer years later. You'll be sitting around with HPV for 15 years and not even know it. And when you look at the data, Black men and Black women are being diagnosed later. As always, we're being treated later, and we're dying at higher rates when this could have been prevented. That's why this conversation matters. So I brought the one and only health professional extraordinaire, Dr. Jones. What's happening, lady?
Hello, everyone.
Dr. Jones. They love Dr. Jones. They be up in this thing with Dr. Jones be on here. So what's up, lady? How you doing?
Fine.
You see my baby?
Huh?
You see my baby?
Yes, I'm so impressed.
I'm so proud of him. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm proud of him too.
Remember, I would always say, there's that one. I can't crack that nut on that one. The other ones, they talk to me. He don't talk. And turns out he was talking the whole time on his page. Just not.
Wow. He's saving it.
I guess he is. And listen, I don't say nothing. Here's the thing. So I've been watching him for 2 weeks. I have this little spam account. And so I'll be on there. I'll be watching his stuff all day. This boy knew that it was me most of the whole time. I'm thinking, don't say nothing. Please don't go over there. He knew it because he said, I gave him my phone and I had the spam account up. And, old people, we just don't don't pay no attention. So he had REC. So I'm here trying to play. So when his friend is telling me all the stuff about what they doing, I go to him. So what about you? He's like, Mom, I already know you know. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. So you do it too? He's like, Mom, your name is blah, blah, blah. I was like,
busted.
I know, straight busted. So let's talk about this HPV. Now, one of the things, as I was doing some research, what I didn't know was that this is like, I don't know if it was like 1 out of 2 people has been exposed to HPV? Is it that high? But it's like almost everybody over the age of like 40 has been exposed in some way. Maybe that, maybe not, but it's a lot of people. So
Mhm.
let's talk about what HPV is in the first place.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about HSV and HPV because a lot of people get them confused.
Okay.
So HSV is herpes, and there are two types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1, we used to say it was only found in the mouth. Type 2 is genitals. Herpes there is no cure. It does not go away. It goes and lives in your spine. When your immune system goes down, it comes back out in the form of a bump, in a form of soreness, a crack, or whatever. Cold sores, very common. Everybody has it. It is what it is. It
So
does not cause cancer.
can I tell you something? Can I confess something? So
Okay.
I got my, I got my thing, my results, my test, right?
Right.
And I had this HSV one, and I looked at it. Now I get tested like, for everything, like every 6 months or something like that. And I had this HSV one, and I looked it up, and it said herpes, and I was like, why did nobody tell me? I was like, oh my god, what are you? So I'm panicking, right? So I go to my previous test, and I'm like, I've been had this, right? So I'm like, what? I don't have it. Like, what is going on? I went and Googled it, and I was like, oh, it's the cold source. And I remember the first time I actually got diagnosed with it when I was 10 years old. I used to suck my fingers. I sucked these two fingers, and I would go play on the playground. I sucked my fingers until I was 10. From the time I was born till I was 10, I sucked these two fingers, and I would go play on the playground and then come back in and just suck my fingers. And so one day I got all these sores inside my mouth, and they
Mhm.
called it herpes. And so ever since then, I guess I had the herpes in my system, and it just stays like with you forever.
Right.
But I didn't
There is
know.
no cure.
I had no idea because I was like, the hell? My whole life flashed before my eyes at that point.
So, with this being said, there is no way to really sit back and say, when did you get it? Because everybody has it.
Yeah.
The problem is such a stigma that most people, oh, I got herpes, and they don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Always, before you get involved with someone, just get the testing, see the results of the test, and then you'll know. Because if the person is not positive and they pop up positive, it still doesn't mean they got it from you.
Right.
They could have gotten it from somewhere else, but it is not the disease that people make the big myth. Oh, he get, like, for instance, the thing with what was his name? Was it Ursha was sued by the
Oh, for
woman
the herpes. Yeah.
for the herpes?
Mhm.
That was, how does she even know she got it from him?
Right. Right.
That was just way out there, you know.
Mm.
So herpes is one of those diseases everybody just have the conversation. Let people know if they leave you because you say you have herpes, they were going to leave you anyway. They was going to find some reason to leave you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 times out of 10, they probably have it too. They just hadn't been tested.
Okay.
The big reason to get tested for herpes is if you're pregnant. You need to let your OBGYN know before you have your baby and to treat you for outbreaks, because herpes can turn into a brain infection in the baby and the
So
baby can die.
this is genital herpes, or this is HSV1?
All of it. If you test positive, because now there's so much oral sex and anal sex going on, just because you think it's HSV1, it could be HSV2 in your mouth. It could be HSV1 in your genitals. So if you have herpes, let your doctors know. And for a long time, it was not one of the tests in the prenatal test because it was considered as, everybody has it. But you need to know that prior to delivery, because what we usually do, if a person has herpes, we give them the choice to be delivered by C-section. And then that way it protects the baby in the future. And the, insurance companies know, but they figure 1 out of 1,000, we're not going to pay for that. So you have to ask for the herpes test if you're pregnant.
Okay.
Because what if that 1 out of 1,000 is your baby?
Wow.
That dies.
Okay.
I think that's just still too much. When
Right.
it's a test that you could test.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's talk about HPV.
Okay.
So that's the human papilloma virus.
Mm-hmm.
That virus is 150 of them. The only two that have been connected to cancer is 16 and 18. So that's why when women have their pap smears, they're supposed to do the co-testing, is what it's called, and it's looking for HPV. And they will give you the numbers. So you need to read your result from your pap smear. If they did it and didn't test for HPV, you need to ask them to test for HPV.
So that's not by
Because
default. So they don't test for HPV by default.
in some areas they do if they have a high risk area, like if you live inner city. Like when I practice in Detroit, we always tested because we were inner city Detroit. Hence,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
But in the areas like out in West Bloomfield or places, where, you know, the majority was not the minority, they tend
They
not to.
did too, though, right? Don't so
Yeah, everybody. It's a natural habit for people to have sex.
right.
So the thing is, you need to know your HPV status, because the reason why is what this show is all about. It causes cancer. The
Yeah.
16 virus and the 18 virus causes cancer. This
Right.
is known and is treatable.
Right.
So when you come back with HPV status on your pap smear, this is spread sexually. It is a sexually transmitted disease. It can turn those cells into cervical cancer, which can kill you. And so if you come back positive, they will go ahead and do it's different type of, they can freeze it, they can take biopsy, they try to kill it and then let your cervix replace it. Now, the people who are using toys, people who oral sex, the HPV virus is in the area, so they can pick it up in their mouths, which cause oral cancer. If you are a male sleeping with a woman that has HPV, you can get HPV and spread it because there are no symptoms.
But
The
men
H,
who get cancer from it, they're just spreading the HPV.
well, they can get penile cancer if it's never picked up because the HPV causes warts. So that's the only thing you see are warts, or you may not see warts. You may see a little pimple
On your penis.
on your penis or in the side of your vagina. So let's look at the HPV warts in the mouth. I have a picture. So those are warts that are in your mouth. That's the HPV virus. So that needs to be treated. And then go to the next picture, and I'll talk through it. I
Which
don't know
one?
which one you have next. Let's do herpes in the mouth. That's herpes. But if you see over to looking at it to the left, like the little sore, that's herpes, or what we call cold sores, but it's back in your tonsil and your palate in the middle of your uvula.
Mm.
And it just causes irritation in the little sores.
And
But
this is from oral
HPV
sex?
don't cause sores.
This from oral sex?
Yes. Or it could be, we don't know, because it's herpes. It could
Okay.
just be your outbreak, because you could have already had it and then it just outbreak.
Okay.
Or it could be. So
Okay.
you can't really pin down herpes.
Mm.
If you got it, you got it, and it can show up wherever.
Mm.
Okay, to the next, which is the one you have next.
Wait, did we already
So
do that?
this is cold sores too, which is herpes. So if you see, it's
in the
like a
back,
little sore.
in the
So
back there?
that's more likely herpes,
Mm.
and it's painful.
Mm.
Now the difference to oral cancer is painful later, but it's not painful when it shows up. So
Mm.
if the next picture,
Here, hold on.
okay,
Let me upload the ones you just sent.
okay. Like, see the dark spot. One of the places the oral cancer starts usually is on your side of your tongue or the back of your throat, or if you lift your tongue up, and look down there, you should not be having that dark coloration.
Mm.
You need to see somebody about that. Because
Mm.
that could be squamous cell cancer caused by HPV.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And what happens is this can actually, and that's the cancer on your tongue.
Mm. So what happens? I got to cut out the tongue?
Yeah. And if it has spread to your lymph nodes, they actually take out like the whole side of your face and part of your neck.
How do you function without a tongue?
You use that.
No way.
They call it a glossopectomy. They take out your tongue.
Mm,
Or
mm,
they try, yeah, they just
mm,
take out.
mm,
I mean,
mm,
because when you think about death or no tongue,
mhm, 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 mhm,
yeah. And
mhm,
because you don't want it to keep spreading to your lymph nodes.
mm,
And
mm.
so a lot of times some people end up getting a radical neck where you'll see people put like, sometimes they have to wear you've seen people wear the cloth and then they'll talk like this. That's
Lord,
because they've actually cut out maybe all of this and then they just restore it up. So with that being said, you see how horrendous this is. If you have a sore on your tongue or in the side of your mouth that doesn't go away, you need to see somebody. Don't ignore it, because as all cancers, if it's caught early enough where it's just confined to the area, then they can do something about it. But a lot of this is preventable because we do have a HPV vaccine.
yeah. So the thing about the HPV vaccine is that if you are over a certain age, it's
Over
not
45, you can't get it.
over 45, you can't get it. So a
Right.
lot of people who are 40 plus already have it, because if there's such a high amount of people who've been exposed to it, and because when did the HPV vaccine come out?
It came out maybe about 20 years ago, because we start vaccination at 11 to 12 for boys and girls,
Yeah.
but you can get it as young as 9 if they're sexually active.
And so
And
mandatory.
then recently they said you can get it between 27 and 45. They extended it because before it was just up to the age 27. So
Mhm.
now they said if you have never had it, but you're between the ages of 27 and 45, you can go back and get it. And you get 3 doses. You get 1 dose and then so she said she didn't want to have sex anymore. So what you do is you use dental dams.
What's a dental dam?
Dental dam is like a condom for your mouth. So if you're into oral sex, you put that in your mouth and, it's like having a condom in your mouth, a
Uh,
condom for your mouth.
that's a whole lot to be having. So let me show you what a dental dam looks like, because that's
Yeah.
you gotta do all that to. So you doing like this? You putting that
Yeah.
big old thing on your mouth?
Well, they have some that aren't, for sexual uses. Yeah.
So who gets the pleasure out of this? Not the man or the woman. I would like what? You got to do all this to do it? Then just don't do it.
Well, that's the ones they use at the dentist. But the put sexual in front of dental dam. And maybe they're dental dam for sexual intercourse or something like for oral sex.
Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Dental dam.
But it's similar because it's where you put it in your mouth.
Dental dam oral sex.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't want to see nothing nasty, but
yeah. See the lady over to the side that's holding it up. Yeah.
This one right here. This is a man.
That's a man. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So
you do dental dam, you do condoms, because remember
it ain't
HPV.
worth it, Sophia. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth
it. HPV causes anal sex too. And the people that are high risk for any mouth cancers that are high risk are people with multiple sex partners, because HPV is the number one cause of the throat cancer in the, comments are amazing.
Celibacy looks real good right now. I heard
That was meant for the throat, right? And for the anal, because if people are into anal sex, they should use the protection too. Because anal cancer, I think it was Farrah Fawcett that died of anal cancer.
Did she?
I think it was.
It's from anal sex.
Uh-huh.
So he said
HPV.
He said he heard that if you ever had chicken pox, then you most likely have HPV. Is that true?
No, so that's why I started with herpes.
Okay.
Because people get the two confused. HSV is chicken pox.
Uh-huh. Oh,
that's herpes zoster.
Okay.
Yeah, which is also a form of the herpes virus, which also is shingles when you get older. Yeah.
Okay.
So HPV is the one we're talking about that causes cancer.
So let's run through this. So for someone who finally discovered it, they likely have had it in their system for years, correct? So they probably got exposed to it when they were probably first.
Now you're talking about herpes.
HPV.
HPV can be treated. If you have the pap smear, they treat it and get rid of it.
No, I'm saying, but the exposure happens long before the discovery. That's what I was told. So you get
not necessarily long before, because if you slept with somebody that passed it to you, it could be. But the thing is, we don't know because it's not tested like that.
Oh, okay.
The only way we test is when women go for their pap smears.
So if I slept with somebody 2 months ago and they had HPV, I can have it. I can discover it today. Because I read somewhere, I think, or something.
You're getting it mixed up with herpes.
No, it's HPV. So
we don't test for HPV like that. HPV is tested on the vaginal secretions.
Off of your pap smear, right? Your pap smear.
Right. So you're not having pap smears that often. You only get a pap smear every 2 years with the new ACOG guidelines are.
Right. So
2 to 3 years.
So if I got it when I was 16.
Right. Then they treat it.
No. If I was,
and it should be gone.
No, what I'm asking you is, if I was exposed to it when I was 16, what I was told was that it'll be there for years before it's actually discovered, and then
That's
a lot of times it's discovered years later.
No, you're getting confused. That's why I said HSV and HPV. HPV, if it's discovered on a pap smear, they treat it. Now, if they're young, if they're their early 20s, they don't treat it, because the younger you are, your cervix will get rid of it. If you have a good immune system, your cervix will get rid of it, but they will continue to monitor it. And then they also, when they find it, they test for what type of HPV it is. So if it's an HPV that's not a 16 and an 18, they let your body get rid of it. Because the one we're worried about is the 16 and the 18 virus.
Okay.
Right. And so that's the only one we're worried about, because that's the one that cancer.
Right.
So that's the one we're talking about for the mouth.
HPV.
Right.
Got it.
For cancer. Now you're talking about just plain old everyday round the clock HPV, but you have to know which virus it is.
Got it.
So I think that's the one you're referring to. But if you don't ever test for it, how do you know you have it?
Right.
But
they do test for it. Well, they're supposed to test for it when you get a pap smear.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so if you are if you are older, what they do is they do cryotherapy and freeze those cells to try to kill it, because there is a treatment for HPV.
Right.
For 16. Yes, we can get rid of it. That's why they'll freeze it, and then you come back and repeat the pap smear to see if it's gone.
So tell me about this, because if this is one of those cancers that's not high risk cancer, right? This is not something that, like breast cancer is,
it's slow growing. Yes, it is slow growing when it's in the cervix.
So you can likely treat it if there.
You can treat HPV.
So what?
So when you see warts, that's HPV.
Warts? I thought that was
yes.
HSV.
No,
What's the
HSV is
difference between
herpes.
a wart and a herpes? What's the difference between a wart and a herpes?
A wart is caused by HPV. Herpes, see, that's HPV, the warts. So a good way to, well, I don't know, that's not a good way to think of it. See, a lot of people get them confused. And so that's the thing. So herpes is chickenpox or sores and viruses that can't be treated. It goes back in your, that we give you medicine to decrease your outbreaks. Boom, that's it. It does not cause cancer.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing it causes is death in infants if they get the encephalitis or eye and herpes infection.
Mm.
The HPV 16 and 18 virus, because there are 150 of them, they cause cancer. The 16 virus and the 18 virus, and like a 23 or 24, but it's not common. It's the 16 and 18. That's treatable. Hence, that's why we have a vaccine for it.
Okay.
So the only way we test for that is, is the cervix, because that's the source, because it's sexually transmitted. So, but you can, if you have warts in your vagina, on your penis, you can get that treated, get them taken off, and the virus is gone.
But you can't get rid of
herpes. You can't get rid of herpes.
But you can get
But HPV, you can treat it and kill it by killing the warts.
Okay.
Look at your face.
This is all very just gross, but it's necessary for sure.
It's necessary. So if you have a bunch of warts down there, you need to get taken, you need to treat that. Yeah, don't just look past if you got things hanging off, even in your mouth, in your vagina, around your rectum. A lot of people have the little skin, they call them skin tags. They're not, they're warts. They look fleshy, like that picture.
I've always wondered this. I had a friend in high school. She was very promiscuous, and she used to always complain about this bump that would appear on her vagina. But she said it wasn't inside; it was like on top somewhere. But it would come every month, and it would like often. I don't know if every month, but she said it was extremely painful. And
so that's herpes.
So she can never get rid of that.
After periods, extremely painful is usually herpes. Because the warts are painful.
It was on top. It wasn't like inside. She said it was like the girl had
herpes. Aren't the HPV warts aren't painful. They're just a nuisance, and it looks like
herpes. Oh my god!
The painful, the irritation. Sometimes people get irritated, right? That's herpes.
And you could spread that, right?
And a hair bump, yeah. Well, the percentage of spreading herpes is like 5%. Because most people already have herpes.
Not genital herpes.
Yeah, it's like 5% because how do you know you spreaded it if most people have it?
Most people have genital herpes?
The HSV, yeah.
Two,
because the one in your mouth, your cold sores, unless you had them tested, how do you know it's 2 or 1?
If it's on your genitals.
No, that's what we found out. Just because it's on your genitals doesn't mean it's 2. It can also be 1 on your genitals. If you have a cold sore and do oral sex, that herpes in your mouth is going to your genitals.
But that can go away. Oh, no, that doesn't go away.
There is no treatment for herpes.
Okay.
It can just keep you from the painful.
So you can get genital herpes even with the condom.
Either way.
But even with the condom though, right? So you could pass because it's not like if you have a condom on, if you're wearing a condom, you can still pass herpes. Yeah,
but the likelihood is very, very low. And the only way you pass, like if you have, because it's skin to skin contact. So unless you have like a site on the outside or,
Okay.
But the percentage rate of transmission is like 5%.
Really?
Yeah, because it's really hard to determine that, if somebody has it or didn't have it. Because if you don't know their status before you sleep with them, how you know that they didn't already have it,
Yeah.
And yes, you can freeze herpes warts. You can freeze the HPV warts. They actually sell it over the counter. Actually, you can get your primary care doctor to freeze the warts, your OBGYN to freeze the warts.
Yeah.
But definitely treat the warts. Don't walk around with the warts everywhere.
Yeah. I'm with Micah. Celibacy looks real good, especially if you're single. Like if you're
Yes.
not committed to anybody, celibacy sounds very, very, very good. Urban Alien said, "What's a canker sore? Then is that a form of herpes?"
Yes. It can be. You mean the canker sores in your mouth? Yeah. Yes, that's HSV1.
So,
It's like a cold sore.
how do you know if you have it?
What, herpes or HPV?
We were talking about the herpes.
Herpes, you have the sores, or it'd be some irritation, uh, pain in your vagina or in your mouth.
Mhm.
Some people don't get
It ain't
bumps
worth
or
it. It ain't
sores.
worth it, y'all. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Um. So let me ask you this, Marcus, brother. I'm with you,
He
Southern
said,
Baptist.
"You."
I am with you, brother. 2025, 2026. Like, yes, hunty, yes. What are some myths about HPV, HSV?
Okay, one myth is that uh, warts are just warts. Don't treat them. Nothing comes of them.
Skin
Actually,
tags, skin warts. Like if you have a wart on your
well, no, we're talking about vaginal warts,
okay,
and the ones on your skin most likely are not the bad HPV.
okay,
Warts are caused by HPV, but it's probably not the 16 and the 18.
okay,
16 and the 18 are the ones that cause cancer. So
okay.
you need to get rid of, if you got vaginal warts and, warts in your mouth, because number one, your immune system, if you are really healthy, will somebody said phone sex sounds good.
I mean, yeah,
Warts, warts. If you're really healthy, your body, your immune system is intact. Your body can get rid of it without you having the warts. So if you're starting to have warts in your mouth and in your genitals, that means your immune system is low, is down. Hence why people who smoke cigarettes are more likely to get, throat and mouth and tongue cancer caused by HPV.
yeah,
People who have frequent sexual partners, because all the different immune, everything you're passing, your immune system is overwhelmed. You know, People who have immunocompromised diseases like your HIVs and things like that,
yeah,
or if you have lupus or anything like that.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why it's so important to have the conversation, and keep the lights on when you meet a new partner.
Keep the lights on.
Keep the lights on, look for bumps, lumps, irritations, hair bumps,
Mm-hmm.
strange things hanging off, growing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
Yes.
nasty out there in these streets. Be careful, James. So let me ask you this final question. How can
hmm
people protect themselves if they are sexually active?
Um, if they are sexually active,
Yes.
wear condoms and do not change partners like you change your underwear.
Change clothes. Okay, so
Right.
so
Decide who you're going to. I promote abstinence, but if you decide that you just need that, stop
use
having
your bob, ladies. Use your bob. Battery operated boyfriend. Use him.
with cleaners,
He is safe.
with cleaners.
Yeah, make sure you clean your shit off, but
Yeah.
just use him. If you ain't committed to nobody, just use Bob.
Yeah, and don't multiple partners is very scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because along with all these diseases, because that means your immune system is compromised and
Yeah.
low.
Uh-huh.
The other things that go with these diseases are HIV and gonorrhea and syphilis. They all travel in one big happy family.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Single women are so destructive. That's not true. Oh Lord, in my Bernie Mac voice. And bathe before and after, you little stinky people.
Well, to be honest, to respond to the guy, single women are so destructive, it actually is the penis that passes the virus. Because the penis is the one that goes in and brings out the viruses. The vagina doesn't go anywhere.
You're a little nasty.
So the penis, most, yeah.
So I got to get on this other podcast, but Dr. Jones. So the reason why I bring Dr. Jones on here all the time. It's because she is so invaluable with her knowledge. And one of the things she always does, one of the things Dr. Jones does is she offers consultations, which I'm ecstatic about. Because so let me tell you what she did for me. I get breakouts when I'm stressed. When I'm stressed, I get breakouts and they are disgusting. And they all around my mouth. They're like these little whiteheads, right? And I was like, and so I went to the doctor, I went to urgent care, I went to all these people, and they told me, oh, this is just it's a rash, or I forgot the other term that they use, and they gave me something for it. And after Dr. Jones looked at my blood, my blood work, she said, it's your herpes. So remember, I have HSV1. I don't got two, y'all. I got the nasty person's disease. I got the thing that everybody else has. But what happens is when my cortisol levels increase, and I already know when I'm getting ready to be stressed. Like it's like I can't even help it. I'd be like, please. I feel the tingling right here. I already know, and I'd be like, please. I meditate, pray. I'm doing everything, please. And then in 24 hours. This is disgusting. It is so nasty. I've sent it to people. They're like, gross. And it's painful also. It hurts. But it only happens to me when I'm totally stressed out. And that's one of the things that she told me. I was like, oh my God, for years, because this has been started happening about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. For years, I've been having these outbreaks when I'm stressed, and I don't have them very often because I don't get stressed very often. But you told me, what did you tell me? Let me write it down again. You said already have this on deck in case this happens. What was that medicine?
Yeah, so we use there are medicines for the herpes outbreaks, the cold sores, the vaginal, and you can use valcyclovir or acyclovir. Valcyclovir, we use that one because it's usually once a day.
You said
so when you feel the tingling, that's when you take the medicine. It doesn't keep you from giving it to anybody, but it helps you with the pain and will kind of stop some of the outbreaks if you take it early enough.
Valcycle. So when I get the tingling, I should already but I need my doctor to diagnose.
Right, because they hadn't made that over the counter yet.
What is it called? Valcyclovir?
Yeah.
Spell it. Never mind. I'm going to sound
I'll send it to you.
So she does these consultations where she'll look at your blood work and she'll let you know, like, she's been able to, people have been misdiagnosed because doctors really just, they don't care. They don't care. And so what she'll do is she'll look at your blood work and she'll let you know like what's really going on. And so people who thought they were dying, y'all, they weren't really dying. They were misdiagnosed, and she diagnosed them right, put them back on track. That's what she does. So if you go to askdrj.info, I'm looking for the thing, askdrj.info, and you can schedule your consultation. Where's askdrj.info? Ask Dr. J. Oh, there she is. Askdrj.info, and she'll do a consultation with you. And you can, this is life-changing. It's not just transformational, like she's really saving lives. She's saving people's lives. So Dr. Jones, you have any final words before we get up out of here?
Oh, yes. The link for a 25% off.
Oh, she got it this week, y'all. Hold on. She got it this week. What's the link?
Pump 25.
It's what?
Pump 25.
HUMP?
COMP.
Oh, it's a comp 25.
25.
So if
until the end of the year, and you get 25% off a consultation.
So if you want to get a consultation with her, put this coupon code in here. It's comp 25, and you'll get a 25% discount. But that's not your final thought, is it?
No, my final thought is education is powerful, but what even more powerful is what you do with the information you're given.
Education is powerful, but what's even more powerful is what you do with the information that you are given.
Right.
We are so fortunate that we have Dr. Jones that comes on here every Thursday to give you all, especially our people, information that's not normally available, and that other doctors are just there for the checks. She's there to really save lives for real. So make sure you follow her. Where can they follow you at, Dr. Jones?
They can follow me on askdrj.info and YouTube and all social media platforms.
Ask
Dr. J.
Ask Dr. J. All right, y'all. We'll see you.